Okay, that's the lot of them. Perfect.
Mhm.
All right.
I still remember that time you took a photograph of me on the train between
You
what
were
was it,
adorable.
Zagreb and
So,
and
for frame of reference to what Shell's talking about, we were taking a train from Budapest back to Zagreb to go back to
Croatia.
because it was time for us to finally. Ooh, actually, I should have enough of these. Yeah, actually, make him into
I like
something.
European trains because they have the chairs facing each other, and sometimes a little table in between.
He looks so small. But yeah, so Shell, we were both pretty tired. It was a long trip, and so Shell passed right out on the train, sitting up with her mouth open
crossed.
and a big old bubble that was going in and out very slowly.
I passed.
Well, the thing, so what must have happened is very slowly the saliva builds up inside the mouth, and then your jaw starts to slacken a little bit, and then maybe that's how the bubble is able to expand over. But and yeah, he has a picture of it.
Yep.
I think you even put it on Facebook, and my friends were laughing at it.
Yes.
You're evil.
Oh yeah, I can become a
White
dark
vine.
bishop. Dark bishop.
Yeah. Then X can be evil too. And
Man, without the hood, it's just lame.
It's
It
not
makes him look
ominous.
fat.
yeah, that's true. That looks
Like the regular bishop stuff looks great. I'm
That's
like,
because he has armor about the shoulders.
I'm like in part battle pope.
But that does make me think, whenever you see in an anime the tiny little bubble coming out of a character's nose, is that a similar concept?
Probably. Anyway, let's do the Forgotten this time around.
What's the Forgotten?
Sylvain is unable to stand idly
Wait,
by.
what's dividing the world?
Hmm?
What's dividing the world in Death Toll?
Let's see. Oh yeah, we also have Battle on the Plateau.
Can you go up though?
Oh, actually, maybe we shouldn't do these.
No.
Maybe we should.
Can you just look at dividing the world? I don't think we had that yet. Oh, Almiran forces are attacking Fódlan's locket. With her brother suddenly ill, it is up to Hilda to take over the defense. Isn't that interesting?
We do also have a quest and a rare enemies approaching. So, we should probably do these two.
Mm-hmm.
So, no story, that means we'll actually get through a little bit faster. They're also level 24, so this is going to be a toughie. I haven't done a seminar in ages, nor do I think I will ever. Okay, so map. These guys are big and burly. What does he have? Rusted sword that's pretty dang good. And he's got bullion. So it looks like we got a lot of bruisers, like big toughies.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of casters, but not really. Let's see. So units. We want Claude. We want Flame. We want Ash. Mercedes. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. The only thing I would change is let's give Hilda Manuela. Because Hilda's gonna probably be in more combat. Oh, the only other character that I'd want to have in this would be Felix. But, no, never mind. I don't really want... Actually, I'm not even sure if I want Ash in this one. Let's see. If we just got Ferdinand. How good is he? He looks alright. Sylvain's just slightly better, I think, for the time being. Okay. Saving. Battle. Big bruisers.
Stay
I.
focused.
This is my class. Have I... Okay, so I'm Swordmaster. What is the danger zone? I gotta decide how I exactly want to do this one. Because we could potentially... Well, at this point we need to start training my units up.
Who, me?
Oh. I guess I probably should have looked at how this is all laid out.
I'm on it. Ready and willing.
Because this is a bit dangerous. Let's see. He's got his steel axe out. Do I want to switch to the training axe? We'll do that for now. Let's see. Can I go right here? Drop him right there. We've got the iron sword. Also have the training axe. Let's probably do training axe for the time being. Any other
Let's get to it.
frontliners? There we go.
Leave it to me. That's my cue. Here we go.
You know what's one thing I'm pleasantly surprised by?
Let us
What?
away.
I'm just thinking about it, going on the whole topic of sleeping. But you haven't been snoring.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
I haven't thought about it in a while, but now that I think about it, I haven't had to bop you.
I did
or
lose...
nudge
I
you.
mean, I have lost a lot of weight.
You only lost 5 pounds.
20
or-
pounds.
Wait, 20? What do you mean?
I was 210
Really?
last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Like, you keep reacting to that, but, like, I actually have
It
lost...
just seems like you've been hovering at 190 something for a long time.
Well, that's because we dropped... I dropped from 2... Oh, they're going after the King of Fangs. That's not okay.
Uh-oh.
I figured they'd just be teamed up. Well, then, I've got to change my plan.
Yeah, if you guys were wondering, Wander used to have a snuffle snore that would only come through his nose. It's not like he had his mouth hanging open and the classic going on.
As expected.
It was just like his nose was trumpeting. Then again, you have a really tiny nose.
I do have a very small nose.
Mine is spacious.
Sorry, did I hurt you?
Okay, do we get her at the level? Yeah, we'll get her at the level. Because we do want to actually start pushing these characters towards 30.
Which I find funny,
That
though.
was bad. Hmm?
Because I was reading about how certain facial features and other adaptations come about in humans. And they said that larger nasal cavities
Gotten stronger.
are more common in northern regions because you want to be able to warm the air as it enters your lungs and your like near your brain and such, because it's going along your sinuses and
Yeah.
such.
That's always nice. Well,
I mean, to some degree, natural selection has not had a whole lot of bearing on, like...
For the last couple hundred years.
Yeah, on what we do and so on and so forth for quite some time.
thanks so much.
Oh, she is actually in the danger zone.
It begs the question then, if amongst humans no longer natural selection, I mean, there had been
Of course
political, socio-political selection for a long, long time. But nowadays, what would it be? Common interests? Just being the unifying force?
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, Sylvain, you are very weak. You're but a babby man.
Guess I've gotten better.
That helps. Do we do Claude or Flame? Flame. Fire.
Did that suffice?
Oh, I was really hoping that would increase her magic attack. No dice. Let's see, no archers in there. It should be fine.
The thing about the whole interests, though, is I always
against me, okay?
believe that
Never underestimate an outsider.
the hobbies and those are things that you acquire from nurture as opposed to nature. So realistically, people will be drawn to each other who have the same hobbies and interests anyway. And they would impart through nurture those interests onto their children.
That's the golden deer for you.
In some
Progress
respects.
suits me well.
What do you think?
Nature versus nurture? I mean,
When it comes to hobbies, like talents and interests.
sort of.
It's not luck, it's fate.
My parents definitely weren't that big on like art, for example. Like, I think my mother did like a smidge of art here and there, but that was about it.
But at the same time, if you didn't have exposure to art, would you have thought to create it?
Probably not. Not at, well,
It's one of those things where it's a social, it's a human creation. So if you watch cartoons and read comic books and such, eventually it's going to come to mind, hey, I should try drawing this character or in this style. You know what I'm getting at?
Too easy.
yeah.
But I suppose then you had to admire the beauty of something first. People could have looked at a flower and said, I want to recreate this on paper, and it still would have been the same thing. But that's an interesting thing to think about.
Hi, King of Fangs. I will never break their
Should I have held
barriers.
back?
It's never gonna work out for me. Hey, Hanneman's level 20.
There is much to learn from battle.
Out of here, rusted sword.
Do you know what's one thing I've always wondered? With singing. It can be taught, and one can train. At least when it comes to learning how to breathe, learning how
I'm
to
actually pretty good at this.
create the proper alignment between diaphragm, your throat, and then your mouth. Just knowing how to accentuate your words, etc. Like, there's a lot involved with learning how to sing. But I'm wondering too, are there different voice boxes? Do people everyone's voice is different, and they have a different intonation and tenor to their voice, if you will. I don't know if that's something that gets passed on as well. It does seem like an awful lot of singers have there have been a number of multi-generational singers.
Yeah.
But is that because they acquired some of the it wouldn't even be an adaptation. At the same time, if they had a parent that could sing, wanting to mimic and maybe even learning from that parent might have already given them a heads up or a direction, if you will.
I think it also really just depends on how the
gone.
parents teach their kids. Because, like, I know my parents were much more just like, do what you want. I mean, part of it is my mother was a very angry piano teacher. She was definitely a little bit less interested in, well, I wasn't always interested in lessons, and she did not like that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I do wonder with art though. My grandmother would draw for greeting cards and such, and do you know, hundreds of paintings and such. All really cute little animals. They're adorable. But I do wonder, is there a kind of visual spatial advantage that people can acquire from, like, sports? Reflexes, is that a trained thing, or are there people that have better reflexes naturally?
I mean,
Like amongst baseball players, per se. Or tennis players. I don't know.
My thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks so much.
I mean, I know that physically no one in my family were ever runners.
yeah.
We're all a little short. That's the thing. What are you thinking about?
Just nature, nurture. This was kind of a thing specifically when I was in high school, to a lesser degree.
Mm-hmm.
There was a... Let's see, do we want to keep training Hanneman for now? Nah. Hanneman's level 20. Who needs help? Ingrid? Ingrid could use some help. Just in case I ever, like, feel the need to use one of these characters, I should probably keep them up at least a little bit. Does she... I really wish you could see the EXP bar for the classes. Because I can't actually tell until I start the mission. Items. Items. Energy drop. Oh, we do need to do the Forgotten sooner than later. Because that's where we get another skill orb from.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that matters for this battle that much.
Stay focused.
But a trading sword. Match me.
Now, what was the side mission again?
What was that?
What was the side mission again?
Wow, that was actually pretty good. This side mission is to train with, some knights or another. Imperial soldiers.
Oh, so this is the Adrestian Empire.
Yeah, yeah. This is the quest that we got at the very beginning of the episode.
So that's interesting. They have a lot of waterways.
They wanted to train with me. And so I figured, I might as well take this time to master this class as well.
Too slow.
I should probably use some of the other characters, but, like, I really just want to overgrind X.
Such power dwells within.
That wasn't even that powerful.
Have I improved some?
Nope, still pretty bad.
As expected.
Okay, so she's 74.
You fought well.
But no, I think there are people that are
As
predisposed
expected.
to certain things. I know reflexes can be trained up to a certain limit, but I want to say there are people that straight up just will always have better reflexes than others. But I think that's true of, like, a lot of things. Like, you can trade your hand-eye coordination, but there are people that are going to be, you know, slightly better at it.
Mm-hmm.
That is that.
Have I improved some?
If I remember right, like, top speed is actually something.
Top speed? Oh, for running?
Like,
You fought well.
yeah. Like, I think that was actually something with all those, like, sprinting tests in school.
That is that. The glory of progress.
I was
'Cause-
actually, despite my shorter legs, I was actually a really good sprinter.
Well, yeah,
But
actually half
my-
the sprinters in my high school were the smaller guys.
Really?
Yeah.
But the one issue back then in middle school when my teacher was like, maybe you should be a sprinter. Because I loved going full tilt
Each battle, a chance to grow.
into a sprint. But it was it was for short distances.
I'm certain I've
So
improved.
it's like, oh, do you want to join track? And I just thought of how everyone in track was forced to go on these long endurance runs.
That is
I was
that.
just, no, thank you.
It seems I've exhausted.
I
this
stuck
topic.
with art and music and writing.
I will get stronger still.
I like the idea of long distance running. I just can't stand being like hot and sweaty for too long. Like I like
Should I have held
stuff
back?
like ellipticals because you're always like in an air-conditioned gym, and you also don't have to worry about crossing streets or like.
I think I told you about the time when I'd gotten sick with... I forget at the time if it was the flu or if it was just a really, really bad cold that had many symptoms that correlated with the flu. But I got incredibly
Each
sick and
battle,
had to
a chance to
spend
grow.
about a week outside of school. And it just so happened that that week or that week and a
As
half had
expected.
the mile. I don't know if everyone has
Yeah,
ever had
I think
to
everybody
run
has
the
to do a
mile.
mile.
Predictable.
But so I missed the mile. It just happened to be that week. I come back to school and the next class my teacher says, "Oh, everyone that's missed the mile
That
has
is
to do it
that.
now." And I go, "But I'm only 3 days or so off of having just
I
recovered
will get strong.
from this terrible cold. I can't even breathe properly still."
Yeah, and they
And-
still made you do it.
Yep.
It's like
And
my.
it was cold weather too.
Ooh. That was like my biology teacher freshman year. I had the flu for like 2 weeks. Like I was out for a while. It was like just after Christmas, so it wasn't like that big of a deal. Except for my biology teacher had us do like several labs during those weeks.
Oh, people want to know what the mile is.
You just run a mile
Yep,
and they time you on it. That's
they time you on it. That's all that it is. At the very beginning of the school year, I think was it the beginning and at the end, or was it only at the beginning? I thought they always did it at the beginning and the
I
end
honestly have no
to
idea.
rate your progression. But they would have you do the flexibility test, the endurance test, which was just the beep, you run across the gym, beep, you run across the gym, beep, and it would get faster as time goes on. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that. What were other ones? The curl up test, the push up test, the. Did you have all those tests as well?
Hey,
Yeah, and so the mile was just everyone in the class had to start. You had to run 4 laps around this field, I think they designated, and it was roughly equivalent to a mile. And when you finally finished that final lap, you got a time. And I believe the better times were, what, 7 minutes was considered pretty good?
That
7 minutes is pretty damn fast
looks like
for a mile. I want to say.
I just remember in elementary school, a lot of kids were able to do that. My fastest mile was 8 minutes, and I was so upset because if I had just run a couple seconds faster, I would have gotten in the 7-minute range that I had always wanted. But my slowest mile was the one that I had the illness just before.
I feel like
That one I think was maybe 10 something. But they would be concerned about the people who would get, what was it, 13 minutes or slower? What was it for you?
I mean, I usually clocked in somewhere between like 9.5 and 11.
Mhm.
But that's because I'm slow and not terribly motivated.
Yeah, and it's an awfully boring experience too.
oh,
I would
I
usually
remember-
bring headphones.
Oh, we weren't allowed to have headphones.
Oh, in school I wasn't. But for track and cross country, I just listened
Oh,
to music
I was
the whole
talking about
time.
for the mile.
Yeah.
But I remember one year, and
don't
I think this
we
was
had
the
to
year
do the
that I
mile
got.
in high school. Now that I'm thinking about
Really,
it.
you didn't have to do the mile in high
think it was
school?
a middle
This was
school
in high
thing.
school that I was describing. But the one year that I did the best, I imagined that I was running away from a boulder or a monster, and I just kept that the entire time. I mean, you know, to pace yourself, you have to pace yourself so you don't run yourself to exhaustion. But
Ingrid,
oh,
I'm gonna have to give you a D.
flight and the lands. Focus on lands and flying. It's just the other way around. All right then. But no, I did pace
here's
myself.
the result.
But yeah, so to finish my story about the biology teacher, I missed like several labs while I was gone. I came back and she's
It's
like,
fun when
okay,
you know what you're
well,
doing."
everybody is
It's
split up
starting to
into
make
groups of
sense.
3,
I will
but
master this.
you're gonna have to do it on your own, and you're gonna have to get them all done within the next week. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to fail you out of this class. And I'm like, what? This is freshman biology, and I
You've
have
done
the
me a
flu.
great service.
I'm still sick. And she's like, don't care, you gotta get it done. And also, I had to get it done around her stupid biology lessons. Which just was not fun. Or not her biology lessons, her stupid volleyball, because she was the volleyball coach. So imagine if you had to get 3 labs done in 2 afternoons. While the teacher is not being helpful.
Oof.
It was bad. Let's see. I gotta look this up. Because somebody said March was the best time to go turbo fishing.
Yeah. I was always proud of my flexibility test. They had you... There was a machine... Well, it wasn't a machine. It was a measurer. And you had to place your leg out straight with your foot against it. And there was a sliding ruler. And you had to place your hands on top of one another and bend forward above your outstretched leg and push the ruler as far as possible. And I believe it was, what, if you got over 18 inches? I think, is that past the foot or above? I don't know. I forget where the exact measurement lay. Then you're considered, excellent condition. So, I always excelled at that. But the pull-ups and the push-ups, no. I never really had the upper body strength. I was fine with curls.
Okay. So we are looking for Fistful of Fish.
Fistful of fish.
Yep. Okay, so what do you want to do, Shell? We've got 2 more quote-unquote free periods before the end of the month. We can try and get as many of our...
I want to see the
paralogs
Almiran...
done? You want to get our paralogs done?
Well, yeah, I want to do the... Yeah, dividing the world.
Okay. Myron forces are at... Oh. Until 5:24, so that's actually after the time skip. Anyway.
Oh, wait. Available until...
Yeah, let's actually hold off on that one, Shell.
Oh,
Because that
okay.
one's less time limited, whereas all of these, we only have 2 months left. Wow, actually, that's coming up real quick. We might even get there tonight. Anyway, let's do the Forgotten.
Okay.
So this is the thieves, Sylvain's... the thieves that Sylvain's brother used to lead are doing bad things.
Hey, Professor. How's life treating you? Are you working today? You gotta take a day sometime. Get out in the world and have some fun.
I could never.
Oh, come on, Professor. Let me buy you something to eat. Relax for a couple hours at least.
What are you after?
What? I can't invite my professor to dinner without it being a scam? Okay, fine. You got me. I need to ask a favor, and I wanted a way to work up the courage to ask you.
Ask me what?
There are thieves in my family's territory. I was wondering if you'd go with me to drive them off. You remember the thief leader you fought at Conan Tower, yeah?
Miklan?
That's right. Although he's dead now, what's left of his band of thieves is causing trouble in Gautier territory. My father has asked me to come home and put down those murderous jerks. But he's asked for me to come alone. No knights, no backup of any sort. That's crazy, right?
Yes. That's absolutely insane.
And the way my father is, he probably has some other motive that I'll never know. Maybe he
Test
just
him?
wants me to get some more experience in battle. A crazy way to suggest it, though. Anyway, I'm not going alone, no matter what he asks. I'm going to ask some of the others in our class to help too. But none of us have your experience. If you'd come with us, I'd be grateful.
Of course.
Great. I'll talk to the others and see who's in. Thanks, Professor.
That's a bad dad. That is a bad dad.
We'll have to see what his motivations are.
Get other son killed. Go on rampage. Leonardo Mark II. Unfortunately, I don't know if they have even more siblings. But like,
yeah, that's true. Because that was his older brother that lacked a crest and became the Bandit Lord.
Okay, so we've got a thief leader. Oh, we're split. Interesting. Okay, so these guys have... Wow.
Oh, hey, they actually changed the appearance of their faces.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they have generic clothes, at least they still tried to.
There's like
make them
3
more
variations. That's amusing.
unique. Oh, there's like 4 or 5 actually, but yes.
So it's just a battle mission. I was under the assumption that this is one with a bunch of treasure chests, but it is not.
Well, you don't have to worry about treasure then.
It's true. Oh, I get to bring 11 people this time around. That doesn't happen often. It's kind of nice, actually. So, who do we bring? Because I don't want to level up Felix until we get him some more sword skill.
Okay.
Sucks a little bit. Same kind of deal with Ash. Because he straight up can't become any of the higher tier classes. As he currently is. Let's see. So... I mean, I like this team. Check the map. So we've got 3 melee there.
That looks pretty good.
Oh, wait. Why do we have Ingrid? Get out of here, Ingrid. She is comparatively super killable. And... let's see. Let's see. Now, we already did Ingrid's special. Because what I'm trying to do is get all of my characters up to at least 20. Because it'd be bad if we get a paralog with one of these characters and they are level 11.
Mm-hmm.
Probably level up. Oh, actually, speaking of, let's start leveling Shamir. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't believe we ever used her in combat.
Let's see. Interior items, Catherine. Items. Oops. There is Shamir. Well, we're not even going to be using Shamir in combat.
Oh.
She's just going to be, helping.
Okay. As an adjudicant.
What's the golden deer bracelet do?
Adjunct.
Oh, just +2 charisma. Okay, this should be good. Oh.
Okay, we've got the thieves covered on both sides. Some of the thieves are still carrying what they stole, so we have a chance to get it back. Gotta be careful though. They'll run off faster than a nobleman's daughter if we just rush in. Target the strongholds to cut off their escape routes.
Oh. So you have to place units there. Well, it's a good thing you brought some people that are mounted.
Oh. Retain the EXP gained thus far and retreat to the start of battle.
What? No.
Huh.
Why are you doing that?
I made a mistake. I need to reclass the main character.
Oh.
But you can retain EXP. That's... Huh. I'm assuming that's not a feature for hard mode, but that's kind of cool. It makes sense. But yeah, I need to reclass X. Because if you notice, it's maxed out this, those character classes.
So he doesn't have archer or...
Wait, it is also in hard mode? So, permit grind? Let's see. Do I want to level brawler or probably archer?
What a strange feeling.
What, changing a class on the fly is a strange feeling?
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, this time I'm gonna save. But yeah, this way I can actually use X in a fight.
Okay, some of gotta be target.
Okay, so we gotta block those off.
Mm-hmm.
That should be easy enough.
Stay focused.
Low. Oh. Bang out.
As
Whoa.
expected.
That was awesome.
My father is offering a reward for every thief and rogue we take out. The more you beat, the more you get. Just remember, you gotta take them down fast. They'll bolt as soon as they're hurt. Take the strongholds and we cut off their escape route.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Defeat thieves. That should be
Ready
easy
and
enough. So, strongholds there. Looks...
Yeah, and if you stand on the
Oh, wait, they're level 13. Oh, this is cakewalk.
If you stand on the stronghold, they won't be able to flee, though.
Yeah, which is why I'm going to go stand all of my beefiest supreme characters there. But no, these guys are level 13. They haven't scaled up at all based on level. So, like, this is going to just be hilarious. I should have brought some weaker characters along.
I'm on it.
Because this is just mean. Okay, so... I gotta check something with him. Here's skills. Huh. Ian Lance. Well, whatever.
Easy. It's all becoming clearer.
Let us away.
Oh, can I really? I can hit from there.
Oh,
Aha!
even though it's at an odd diagonal.
I think she has one of the staves that increases range. Yeah, she does.
Yes.
Those are really good.
Here we go. Leave it to me. Let's get to it.
Okay, so there's one of the strongholds.
I'm not sticking around here to get slaughtered by a bunch of stuck-up jerks like you.
The thief leader.
Pure grit.
Whoa, a crit already?
She's got a 20% chance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll do it. This exit route is blocked off. Very good. Now let's keep cool and take out the other strongholds.
Oh, so if we just kill the leaders, they can't escape that direction. I don't have to sit there. I just have to kill.
Me?
I got this.
Ready when you are.
That's my cue.
Okay. And thunder from over here. But yeah, so apparently the thieves are only going to escape if I've
many
hurt them.
skills, you know.
I don't think any of them are going to survive an encounter.
No hesitation. You didn't give it your all.
There that goes.
Yup. They can't even... Oh, this is just mean. I guess they can hurt Flame, but
Brother will be pleased.
it's
It's
just...
funny how she still has that dialogue, even though we now know that Sedith is her father, but I suppose she has to keep it from everyone else.
They're very committed. Wow, we are just critting left and right. That was a 4%. Didn't matter.
So obvious.
I've still got my hand axe. Not a big deal. I can always make another one. I might actually just upgrade it. Hand axes are cool.
I'm still a delicate flower, you know.
These are lies.
train better.
The chains still don't make any sense.
No. I love the character and armor designs in these games, but like some of it just doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's the least I could do.
Could you imagine if someone made chainmail using chains?
You get laughed right out of the Renaissance Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Was
It would
there-
be massive and heavy, and you probably wouldn't be able to interlink as nicely as chainmail does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, chainmail, as I recall, was good for
I'll celebrate later.
deflecting swords and such,
Yeah.
like blades and edges, but it was puncturing or piercing damage.
Yeah,
that
so
it
arrows,
couldn't-
for example, would,
yeah,
would
arrows
be
would still get in it.
useless.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. He is such a downright cannon. No escape.
That's one more stronghold taken, and one more escape route blocked. There are still...
Oh, whatever. He's just saying there's still more. Which is a lie. There aren't more.
Or at least there won't be in the near future.
We have... Okay. Spend. There we go. Unfortunately, I like Claude as a character. He's not quite the bruiser that some of the other characters that are. He's not bad.
Another escape route blocked. We're nearly done. Take out...
No. Keep thinking he's done talking and then he's not. I'm flummoxed. Not that it matters.
Won't work.
Okay. So before I get that last escape route
Not what I was hoping for.
cleared out, I should probably...
Anything you're looking for? I mean, there are still a number of thieves
Well, I
there.
gotta kill these guys.
Yep.
If I block all the escape routes, does the mission end?
I don't know. Are you supposed to kill as many
I
thieves
certainly
in the
hope not.
process?
Because that would be bad. I saved right beforehand, but it would be real shitty if I,
Those guys have a bunch of loot on them.
Yeah. They need to die. Because I want their stuff. Okay, so the mission does not end. That's good.
Advanced seal? You see, now they're, because you attacked them, they're starting to move to the one exit that's left.
Predictable.
It's okay.
If you can block them off at that narrow passage,
Yeah, X is gonna stand right there.
then they'll have no means to escape.
I'm all sweaty.
When 4 attacks isn't even enough.
But
What was that?
just her, I'm all sweaty. I mean, under the armor, yes.
I mean, she at least... That is a valid complaint.
Because you've been making fun of her. I'm a delicate flower.
Yeah, the delicate flower, like, But, like, I'm all sweaty? Alright. I'll take that one. Because
That is veritable.
it's... Yeah, that is absolutely true. That armor
A chance to
must be an absolute oven on a warm, sunny day.
Just getting started.
Do I have the training sword? Gotta get him some more
Just give
weaponry.
up.
Now, are any of these guys dangerous to her? The answer is no. Hooray!
underestimating.
I'm wondering how these thieves are so well equipped. And how they've managed to
Have to
create such a
try harder.
force.
I see.
Warp? That sounds fun.
Oh, teleportation?
Looks like it. I'll have to see how it functions. But
Shouldn't
warp
strain
sounds
yourself.
really cool.
I'll keep it simple. That takes
Ow.
care of that.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's a crit monster. Oh, that's because I gave her a battalion as such.
Oh.
She has the Gerald's mercenaries that the main character starts with in the beginning of the game.
Aw, Gerald's mercenaries.
Yeah. I figured it'd be mildly appropriate. And it gets her like an extra 15%
Feel
crit
my
rating.
strength building.
Like, for an E rank battalion, it is stupid powerful. Most of them give, like, hit and resilience, but every once in a while you get, like, one that's amazing. Curved shot. Curved shot.
Don't hold this against
Oh,
me,
wow.
okay?
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait.
Never
I think you
underestimate
can
an
move
outsider.
any adjacent unit anywhere on the map. That's it's really good.
Oh, nice.
That more or less means instant X delivery to any location. Hopefully.
Do you want a game I miss?
What?
That involves placement for characters and Faria. I miss playing Faria.
Well, I mean, you can load it up whenever you want.
I just liked how it combined card game with board game
Yeah.
or tactical. Do you understand what I mean?
Had to be done.
It's just such a unique thing.
It's one of my favorite TCG games I think I've ever played. I think the only problem with it is just, you know, the card sets come out very slowly. But that's fair. Easy way to keep it balanced. Let's see.
And there are some buggy things regarding the achievements and whatnot.
Yeah. Assist. Oh, heal.
Thanks.
Let's see. Can you physic her?
Sweet of you.
Might as well have my healers heal while we're here.
Sorry, I've been yawning so much.
Warp him here. I mean, we have been. Yeah, so it really does look like warp just works on the entire map. It's an well, it's expensive. We only get one use of it currently. But still, that's really nice. Okay, I think that's enough shenaniganry. Finding axe to the fries.
Should I have held back?
We didn't get another skill orb from that, unfortunately, but that's okay. Ooh, magic staff. Just extra magic damage. Was there somebody left?
Oh, well, there's the main guy in the corner.
Oh! That guy!
The final commander.
I forgot he existed.
That's because he cut off everyone else's escape.
Yeah. Problem solved.
I'm just getting started.
I guess Caspar isn't
That's the
terrible.
last of them. Great work, everyone. Thieves everywhere. I can't believe this is what the world is coming to. At least we've restored the peace here, even if it's only for a little while.
Extra large boyan. Money. Longbow. Oh. Talisman. That's nice. I should probably use some of these stat increasing items. All on X. Probably use some of those.
Why was it called
Battalions.
the Forgotten, though?
My thank you so much.
I don't know.
Professor, thank you for your help. We drove off the thieves and got a reward from my father. Job well done, eh? Although, I don't know how to feel about this particular reward. I guess that's why my father tasked me with this mission. He wanted me to prove myself worthy of this relic. This weapon, the Lance of Ruin, it killed my brother. And now it's mine.
Isn't that dangerous?
Not remotely. I bear the crest of Gautier. The same crest my brother wished for his whole life, but never came to possess.
You're still thinking about your brother, aren't you?
I suppose I am. Miquelon hated me from the moment he found out I had a crest and he didn't. He was selfish and egotistical. I know it's not right to say bad things about the dead, but he earned it. Even now, I'm still cleaning up his messes. I have to wonder, though, what if it was the other way around? If he had the crest, and I didn't, would I be the one my father thought was worth forgetting? Or would my fate have been wholly unlike his?
Ah, so that's where it is.
Thinking like that won't get you
Worth
anywhere.
forgetting. The forgotten, yeah.
You're probably right, Professor. It's not like me, is it? I don't pray much, but I think I'm going to pray for those who lost their lives to the thieves tonight. And for all of us. I'm afraid there are more days like these coming our way.
Why do you say that?
Vargas has always been a cold place, never very well-to-do. Until about 10 years ago, our region was a battlefield for the people of the Sreng region to the north. And after the late king fell, the whole kingdom became unstable. So, it's no real surprise that more and more people are resorting to thievery, just to survive. And there are those rumors of the current regent being too busy chasing the ladies to bother with governing. Don't worry, I get the irony. The whole damn kingdom is in decline because of nonsense like that. I'm hoping once we get Dimitri on the throne, everything will get better. Anyway, I'll leave it up to you to decide how you want to use our reward. Including the Lance of Ruin. I know I can trust you with it until you think I'm ready. And Professor, if I could, I'd still like to buy you a meal sometime.
Do you have another favor to ask?
No, I'm just asking a friend to hang out, that's all. Again though, thank you for everything, Professor. I couldn't have done it alone.
That's a nice contrast.
Yeah. I mean, I think Sylvain truly is supposed to be kind of a bit of a dirtbag, and then once you get to know him, you're like, oh!
Oh, I was commenting on their hair colors.
Oh, well that too.
Teal and coral look nice together.